p.m. All right, cool. Looks like we're live.
Awesome.
All right.
We,
Hi,
I
everyone.
think we did it. We did it right this time.
We we figured it out. We're masters of YouTube now.
Yeah, we're definitely good now. So if you guys can confirm, yeah, if you guys can hear us, post in the chats if you guys are there, and we're pretty much getting get into it. We've got a whole presentation that Hanzino was nice enough to put together for us, and I think
Yep.
we're ready. We're ready.
Yeah.
Let's go. So
I just got the
Excited to hear the
notification.
feedback.
yeah, I mean Hanzino, how long did it take you to work on the presentation?
Every day a little bit, not much. Few hours. Yeah. Try a few things, schemes, themes, and coloring. But yeah, few hours. Was nice work. I enjoyed it.
And what's your goal with trying to, with putting together the presentation?
Um, Pretty basically, I took it all like from my own perspective when I started as a member, or as I'm in touch with every all the people who are interested in a membership. So I know the questions and what are they interesting about. So I pretty much wanted to cover all the most important topics about us. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, I know from your perspective, you want to continue to just inform the people in our community
Right.
what we're actually doing, the services that we offer inside of our Discord, what our social channels are, and everything. And
Yeah.
yeah, we're pretty much gonna get into it. Most of you guys know, obviously myself, Angelo, and Nick, but maybe Hanzino do a bit of an introduction and talk about what you actually do for Forex League.
Right. Yeah, so I am lifetime member, as I mentioned before. So I start Forex I start studying like Forex and trading with the Forex League. So I joined the community like 3 years ago. Started trading, then I start work for Forex League just because I think it was because of like how active I was with the community, and how helpful I was. Yeah, and right now I still providing support for the people who are interested in our membership. So I am able to, for call. I am available for calls uh, with everyone who is interesting. I do welcome calls. I'm onboarding new members. I do some, as you can see, some graphics, just a little bit. I am managing the Telegram community, Discord community. Dealing with the tickets and everything that comes to the support, payments. Working on Instagram. Replying messages to yeah, kind of bunch of stuff. And I would say it's getting more and more. Damn, I voice myself now.
Yeah,
Trying to know.
you're good,
Uh,
Hanzino. You're good.
Damn, I saw myself. I heard myself twice. Sorry. Yeah. So I think I'm getting more and more tasks now, which I'm really happy for. To help as much as I can to you, like save you time. To pay attention to like more important tasks. So yeah, I'm really enjoying my work right now. Like I was sharing the pictures to the Discord. I'm traveling right now, so where I can work from, and so it's really, I'm really passionate. Yeah, so I'm really enjoying my job.
Cool. Yeah, I mean, Hanzino, from your perspective, you know that me and Nick are pretty busy at this point, right? With
Exactly. Yeah. Right.
just trying to grow, all of the communities together. And I think at this point, it's been really important for us to have Hanzino to really help us out and help us to continue to grow everything that we're doing. So we're
Yeah.
definitely thankful to have Hanzino to help us, and we're gonna continue to expand the team as well. We have other team members that help out. Some of you guys have seen them. Jay Bird, we're gonna get into it. Florian. But yeah, that being said, it looks like we've got everybody in here. The microphone volume was a little low. I just adjusted it. Looks like we're good. Looks like we're good to go now. I'm just gonna put my video in the bottom left corner. So yeah, now we're good.
All right.
What's up?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, cool. I didn't know if Nick said something. All right, let's see. All right, so today's agenda, what we're going to get into, guys, we're going to just do an introduction for Forex League. We're going to cover social media. We're going to go over our services. We're going to talk about what happens when you join, funding, broker, and then announcement. And at the end, we're going to cover 4 topics in the message that we put out for the webinar. We wanted to get into some different topics. One of them is how to make 50K a month. Nick and my current view on crypto, what we think of different funding opportunities, and we're going to cover an additional question as well. And we'll do a bit of a Q&A. We're going to do a giveaway towards the end of the session, so make sure you guys stick around so we can get into that. So let's pretty much get into it.
All right, yeah, we got some good topics here.
All right, so introduction. I don't know why, but Nick, you're a little delayed on here.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but it's all good. All right, so we're going to get into here. I'm just going to move my thing. All right, so company profile. So our philosophy, we aim to teach how individuals can treat trading like a business. It's been our slogan pretty much from day one. You know, me and Nick, the reason we started Forex League was we saw a dire need in the trading community for people to take trading a bit more seriously, to get more organized, and to really have all the tools that they needed to actually turn the trading journey into a business, because a lot of people were coming in and they're not actually putting together all the components that are needed when running a traditional business, which is you got to be very organized. You have to have a plan. You have to have a strategy that you stick to. So that's our core philosophy for our company. Our mission, provide mentorship and other services that will lead traders to become successful. And I will say this, we've definitely had a lot of people that have had success in our membership, but we've also had people that haven't had success in our membership. And I think for us, you know, it really just does come down to the individual. We've seen certain people give certain effort, and, you know, we've seen other people not give as much effort, and that's ultimately what it comes down to. So the vision, have a community where everyone can learn and improve their lives. So pretty much from day one, you know, Nick could even attest to this, we've wanted to just create a community where we ourselves can meet other traders, and other people that are in our community can meet other people that are doing, you know, trading, that are doing something similar to them. We think that it's a very important, you know, core foundation of trading, is just having a community to be a part of. And maybe Nick, you can comment on that a little bit too.
Yeah, no, I absolutely agree, guys. You're at a huge disadvantage if you're not part of a community, especially these days. You know, a community can drastically accelerate your progress and can, you know, totally change your trading career.
Yeah, and for us, I mean, we've talked about it so many times. I mean, in the way beginning, we both were just looking for other people who were, you know, on the similar path, that were trying to trade and trying to figure out ways to make money, you know, online. And I'd say there's tremendous power in definitely meeting people that are doing similar things that you are, and it definitely holds you accountable and will help you make a lot more progress. So our goal is to stay transparent and help our community to grow. So anyone that's been in the community pretty much knows, you know, to this point, that we've been very transparent in everything that we've been doing. You know, when the signals have been good, we've been vocal about it. When the signals have been bad, we've been vocal about it. When our products are good, you know, when trade copy or whatever, we've been vocal about it. When they're not good, we've been vocal about it. So we've tried to be very transparent up to this point. And I think it's very important, because the reality in trading is that you don't make money every single day. You're not going to be successful every single trade, so on and so on, right? Like it's really how well can you take failure over time and continue to try and, you know, have a plan and stick to the plan in order to have success. So I think it's very much so, like, you guys need to be very persistent when it comes to actually trading. And, you know, our community is sort of taking that on, you know, as our goal is we're trying to be transparent and show that it's not all roses and daisies, you know, all the time. You know, we ourselves are continuing to work and get better as well.
Yeah, and we're taking the realistic approach and showing you guys, you know, it's not just all profits, how maybe some people maybe, you know, showcasing that. We show you guys all sides of it, because that's the, you know, realistic parts of trading. It's ups and downs, it's, you know, struggles. We have to showcase that to you guys.
Yes, sir.
All part of the learning process.
All right, so team members. So you guys have myself, Angelo, the CEO. You got Nick, the co-founder, the main educator. Got Hanzino, the dedicated support assistant, and then we have Jay Bird, who's the passionate chart investigator. So this is the core team. We don't have Florian on here. He's also a team member as well. But these are pretty much everyone behind the Forex League team right now. And considering everything that we're doing, I mean, we definitely have a small team. I know, like Nick, you have a few people helping you out with the Instagram as well.
Yeah. Yeah, I have some, not exactly on the core team, but yeah, other people we work with.
Yeah, no, this is definitely the core team right now, helping drive, day-to-day direction of the company and also drive ideas and everything like that. Social media. So this is an important one, guys. On Instagram, make sure you're following the right pages. We have so many fake pages at this point. We've got our Forex League page, we've got Nick's page, Nick Dark FX, and then we've got my page, Saved by FX. So if you guys aren't following, make sure you guys go follow these pages, block everything else. Like Nick, you can attest to this. There's so many fake profiles going on.
Oh, I block at least 5 a day, guys. There's new profiles copying Forex League, copying my page, copying Angelo's page, probably Hanzino at this point. All over the place, on Instagram, on TikTok, on YouTube, everywhere. So if you're not typing in these handles exactly, chances are you'll end up on a fake page. So just be aware of the followers. Use a little bit of logic. Like, I have a good amount of following. If someone has, a low following and it seems fake or it's off by a letter, obviously it's not really us. And then check the posts. If a lot of posts were just ripped and posted recently, those are fakes as well. So you just have to be a little aware when identifying a profile.
Yeah.
Again,
we have all these links posted in our Discord in contacts. There are all these things, our right handles. I am the one who contact you when you join the Discord community, so you can get in touch with me. But if you don't believe I'm the right one, you can always see me posting. You can see the color of my nickname in the chat, and you can just go to the contacts and see what are the Instagrams and Telegrams links to make sure. And as Nick mentioned, you have to make use common sense. If there are weird dots and commas and numbers, it's it's always fake. So I'm happy when someone always reach me and make sure, is it you or not? This guy is contacting me. Is it your second profile? Whatever. So it's good. At least contact us on Discord or in Telegram, just to make sure who is it. But most likely it's going to be fake, because as Angel mentioned at the beginning, look, Nick and Angel are super busy. They don't have a time to just sitting on an Instagram and messaging everyone, right? Just like that. So just use a bit common sense. Yeah. And I'm here always to, help you guys.
Yeah, be careful out there, guys, because there are a lot of people trying to DM you, to scam you. Yeah. And, be very, very careful of that, because you shouldn't be sending money to anyone online, right?
No. You shouldn't be sending we'll never ask you for money. We'll never message you saying we'll get you a crypto flip or anything. Nothing like that. We will never message you asking for anything. Especially we won't DM you first too.
Right. So this is a good example, what I wanted to cover in this presentation, because I'm getting a lot of messages, right? Or generally getting a lot of messages on Discord and Instagram, oh, is it your profile? And people are messaging us, hey, I invested to this guy, and and it was scam. And so it's heartbreaking to see someone with fake accounts scamming people. So just be careful. Just join the Discord, where are all the links, only links, so you are on the right place.
Yep. And then Telegram, so we've got Hanzino's FL Hanzino support. We've got Jaybird on Telegram. Myself, my profile's Forex League Help. So if you guys are on Telegram, Hanzino might, reach out to you guys from time to time, or you might see messages coming through.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, coming through from him. So just be aware this is his profile. That's the profile picture. And then Discord. Yeah. So Discord's really where the best place to get in contact with myself. At this point, I'm not really on Telegram answering DMs regularly. I answer them maybe like once a week. So I know some people are on there messaging me. So this is the best place to hit me up if you want to get in touch with myself. You've got my Discord, Nick's Discord, Jaybird's, and Hanzino. So once you actually become really a member of the community, you guys will be in Discord, and then you can get better access to us.
Yeah.
All right, so services. So just at a high level, what we offer for Forex leagues, we have our lifetime membership, and then we have our rapid signals. So the lifetime membership, I mean, this is started off about 3 years ago. Literally, some people paid $30 to get into the lifetime membership. We've just continued to add to it, to this point. The latest thing that we've added is the 10K funded accounts. So basically, every lifetime member, they can take what's called the Forex League Challenge. If you pass the Forex League Challenge, you get a free 10K challenge with the funded trader. And the Forex League Challenge is the one part challenge. So we just want to make sure that everyone in our community does have the opportunity to get funded. So if you are a lifetime member, you can pretty much get funded completely for free. Although it is a 10K challenge, I mean, it still provides a ton of opportunity for all of our members. And then we have the rapid signals. So these are in Telegram. It's pretty much a collection of traders. I'd say for the year, we don't have it up on here, but the FX book shows we're pretty much up about 50% for the year. We had a rough month in April, and then May we were break even. But this past month, we actually made 25%. So we're up 25% this month. So signals are on the comeback right now. If you guys want to take signals, my suggestion is always to take the course before you take the signals. You want to know how to trade when you're taking signals. The whole point of them is just so you guys get alerts, so you guys can use them kind of as leads. Because remember, our whole goal is to treat trading like a business. So every business needs leads in order to actually get sales or to make money. Ultimately, these signals are the leads for your trading business, and you could use these just as alerts to show you, potentially where you should get in, and always use your own analysis. Like, Nick, what's your opinion overall on the signals?
I think at first you should have a pretty strong understanding of trading before you even take signals, and then you should use it as kind of an aid, a tool at first to kind of, use as training wheels to find your own trade. So you can constantly compare it to your analysis, see if you were scoping out a pair that looks similar to a trade that came out, so on and so on. I wouldn't necessarily just blindly take signals. Obviously, you want to learn how to fish rather than just, receive a fish from somebody, that old saying. So, it's better to take the time to learn it first so that you can actually decipher and understand what's coming out in the signals. And then you could really utilize it, right? There's like a second aspect to it where you're able to fully understand what's going on. And then there's more lessons learned from that. That's how I would approach it.
Yep. So those are our services. And then this is just a bit of an overview of the course. We can pretty much, let's just start off up here. So when you guys get access to the program, it's actually put into a 6-week program. So in the first week, you're just gonna have a welcome. You're gonna do a welcome call. At this point, Hanzino, you're doing the welcome calls, right?
Right. Yeah, I had one today. Yeah, so it's every week. So whoever joined the membership, the first step you should do is always schedule a welcome call, so I can guide you more about, through the course and through the Discord, and just explain you how we work inside of the membership. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. So we've got the welcome call, and then Hanzino will onboard you to the Discord chat, and the signals, and every other chat that you guys should be involved with. Make sure obviously that you have the access that you guys need. And the first week, we're really just covering very much beginner topics. These are really like the absolute basics. We have literally what is Forex here, major market hours, what is traded. We don't want to focus too much on these because it is, fairly simple. We like to actually get into building a strategy and what you're actually using on the charts. But we also have our trading plan here, which is pretty much a 40-page guide that Nick and myself put together at this point a couple of years ago, but it's still very useful. Pretty much has every single pattern that you guys need to know, every single candlestick variation that you need to know, a whole risk management plan, which is obviously very important to understand. It's really just for someone that's coming into it, put this thing on your desk, put it next to your bed, whatever. It's pretty much just like your ultimate study guide on how to actually trade. So that's week one, and then we get into week two. So we have our Sunday market blitz every single week. Me and Nick hop on Sundays, 8 p.m. Eastern time. We cover analysis for the entire week, show you guys what we're looking at for the week so you guys can have an idea of how we're looking at things. And that's completely free, so everyone's actually allowed to hop on that. And then you're going to start to get into applications needed, so the trading platforms that we use, TradingView, MetaTrader, the broker that we use, and then we're going to get into our beginner level topics here. So we've got market structure, support and resistance, trend lines, Fibonacci. We've got our second Fibonacci video, and then time frame correlation. So these are just the basics, So Nick, you have any comments on week two?
Yeah, so the course starts off super easy, right? As Angelo said, week one is the basics. Two, we start to introduce you to our strategy, and then it gets more complicated from there. So each week, it's kind of like an added layer until ultimately you're getting to, a full strategy in the final weeks, and you're getting to the backtesting videos. But it is meant to take you through the trading journey kind of in a linear way. It starts off super simple, and then you get a break each week, gets more advanced, you get some homeworks, you get some recommendations from us, and then eventually progress into those final videos.
Yes, sir. And then we've got week three. So week three, we're going to start to get into some more high-level topics. We got top-down analysis, examples of entry zones, entries, index analysis, pattern recognition, 2 convergence videos. So these videos in total are about 3 hours. And then we've got the link for our small group webinars. So there's not crazy amount of content per se, but this is enough to really get you guys to start to understand how to actually get up and running with some of the strategies or ways that we go about looking at the charts. And then maybe you guys can comment, on the small group webinars that you're doing every single Wednesday with people.
Yeah, so we have training sessions 2 times a week. Hanzino and myself host them. It's again for members only. So this is just the time where we kind of, really hunker down with the members, go over any problems they're having, talk about funding, take things a little bit more seriously at a more advanced level. And then we could really address their issues. That way we host them today. We actually just did one at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and then Thursday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So 2 a week, members only. But yeah, they're like training sessions, guys. So it's, we like to have these touch points through the week where we get to engage with our members, and we actually get to, help you guys on a more individual basis. And they're probably, anywhere from 10 to 15 people that join these each session. So it's not too crowded. You definitely get time to answer your question, and we're pretty lenient on time. So these will often run for quite a while. Yeah, they're great sessions.
It's good. It's good hangouts. We have members who are very regular on the webinars every week. They are joining, so it's good to have like trading buddies and friends. We know each other quite well. We know our lives kind of. So it's nice to have a friends that you can talk to about trading and show what you are doing, and ask questions. I don't have much friends around me that I can talk to them like that. So it's definitely great to catch up with members, and they are members, so there are people who are like kind of dedicated to learn. So they have like a different mindsets what they want to achieve. So that's great. You can see the passion.
Also,
on the webinars.
One more thing too is on these sessions, it's usually me, Hanzino, Jaybird, Creedy, who's in chat right here, and Oscar. And this means that there's usually pretty advanced traders. So you're getting a lot of different perspectives. You're able to see how, a certain individual adapted their strategy or overcame, certain obstacles in their journey to get to where they are now. So you really get to see all these different perspectives, and you get to collaborate with a lot of traders that are either where you're at or where you want to be, or a couple of steps in front of you or behind. So it really makes for a really nice conversation and learning experience in those sessions.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, so we do a bit of a trading journal. So I know Hanzino, you're big on trading journal, and we'll get into
Yeah.
back testing and all of that, but maybe talk to the people about what you think of having a trading journal.
Uh, trading trading journal. That's the one that is in the course. It's from myself. I made it. I created it because I'm kind of enjoying the work on a sheets, and generally I like to journal everything and make a note of. So having journal like trading journal is just the way I see it is like a necessary for everyone who wants to really make a progress in trading. So because it's just open your eyes, it's really eye opening to see what you are doing, like in the numbers or in the pictures, because you're taking screenshot, right? It's really a huge, like, important to see the setups you are taking, the winners, the losers, how long you hold the trades, what sessions are you trading, and all kind of information, right? I have like 900 trades in my backtesting sheet, right? And I have my library there where I can see, like winners, losers for each setup that I'm taking. And if I see something new, I always take a screenshot of it, save it for next time. So and members see my trading journal as that's what I'm sharing with members, and we talk about it more, my like risk management and everything. So yeah, for myself, like, really crucial to backtesting. And Crediman, he learned it from me, actually. So he started backtesting. It was very eye opening for him, and another members who are starting like trading journal. They said like it's huge. It's great to
And
see what
getting
are
into
they
the
actually
back
doing every
testing,
time.
getting into the back testing part of it. So week 4, we're gonna go over how to actually do back testing. We're gonna cover risk
Right.
management, aggressive risk strategies. So one of the strategies that you can use when taking the signals, maintaining orders, cover fundamentals, and then cover lot size calculation. So these are really all the lessons that are going to help you get up and running and start to actually trade. And I feel like the group webinars help to tie everything together. So if you guys are watching these lessons, definitely hop on the webinars so that you can ask questions to Hanzino and Nick and like put it all together.
Yeah, definitely.
And then we've got the psychology training. So this is just something that me and Nick put together. It was kind of our own thoughts on various topics: fear, greed, revenge trading, demo accounts, trading plan, journaling, trading habits, setting goals. I think these are all brief, but they're worth listening to if you guys want to just hear kind of us, our perspective on these topics. It could be valuable for you guys. And then we're getting into the intraday trading strategy. So this is a strategy that we added to the course last year. This one is a little bit different. Nick and myself, for the most part, have done the swing trading, for forever. But I started to do a little bit more of an intraday day trading strategy using the VWAP and the volume weighted average. So we basically wanted to add something that people could use to day trade inside of the course, because a lot of people wanted to trade kind of inside of one session and not hold trades, overnight and over the weekend. And this is something, Hanzino, that I believe that you're kind of using this strategy a bit more than the
Right.
swing trading strategy at
Yeah.
this point, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
So
Yeah, that's what I'm using now. And this is I see this like another great advantage for new people who are like willing to start trading, because they can choose what strategies suits them the best, which I believe you can't see that much often, to the course and see. So especially with the webinars that we are doing. So, Nick can help you with a swing strategy, and I can help you with the intraday strategy.
yep. And then we've got the funding. So every single member of Forex League gets a discount on the funded trader program. I believe it's 15% off. And then there's a membership
Yeah.
challenge. So for the challenge, you pretty much what you do, and we're gonna get into that on one of the next slides. But there's a free challenge, so you take a free challenge, and if it's one step, and if you pass, you then get a free challenge with the funded trader. If you pass that, you can get completely funded. So there's instructions that you follow. Hanzino kind of walks you through that, and we're gonna also get to that on the next slide. And then we've got some lessons here on fundamentals. We've got some books. We've got 16 PDFs that are just like the most popular trading books. And then we've got all of our webinars that we used to record every single day, or not every single day, but every single week when we used to do them with the members. We don't record the ones now because they're happening 2 times a week. So if you guys want to hop on and do the webinars, they're not recorded anymore. You guys would actually have to join the session. And then at the end, we do have kind of captioned videos. So there's some people in the community that are deaf and they want, captions on the videos. So if you guys are, have that a hard of hearing, then we do have captions on most of the videos, and we put those in this section right here. All right, so that's pretty much an entire overview of the course. So let's go on and let's go to the next slide.
Yeah, there's a good amount in there, though, guys. It's a pretty long course.
Yeah, there's definitely enough in there for you guys to learn what you need to learn. I know there's some courses that are like 500 hours long. I mean, the point of this is not so you guys have to spend 100 years on the course. The point is so you guys get in, you learn what you need to know, the basics, the foundation, and then you get to the point where you're actually testing all this. So what happens when you join? So you're going to contact Tanzino, get access to the members area. You're going to have your welcome call with our course. You're going to go over the course, Discord introduction. You're going to do back testing and journaling your trades, and then join the webinars. We can give you feedback. So you're going to track your progress, join the training session. So mentoring mainly with Nick and Hanzino, and then the challenge. So you're going to work to get funded. I think at this point, the goal of every single member should be trying to get funded, with one of these funding programs. Obviously, we have the funded trader, which you guys will have discounts for, but there's a bunch of other funding programs that are available as well. So that's really the goal for every member that comes through Forex League at this point.
Yeah, absolutely. No, that should be the goal, because guys, like, funding is the ultimate opportunity now. You don't need to really grow your own account. So this is really the end goal for everyone who comes into the community. So everything's kind of, geared and directed toward that, with the sessions and tracking your progress and, psychology training. All that's going to amount to you passing challenges.
Yeah. And I think before, back in the day, it was like, oh, get your own capital and then grow that capital. But now, I think everyone's strategy should be geared towards funding and being able to manage your risk, in a funded account. Like, I feel like the movement to trading funded accounts has caused everyone to actually trade a lot more legitimately, using actual risk management, which is pretty key. All right.
Absolutely.
Yeah, like it's actually incredible. Like, people were probably blowing so many more accounts before this.
Yeah, because the challenges have like an inherent discipline, like, forced onto it. You have to abide by certain rules, So it's interesting. It's really nice to see the direction this industry's going in.
Yeah.
So we've got now funding. So again, when you guys are a member, you can get funded. So we have our 10K challenge. You get a 10K account. You got to trade 8 minimum days. The leverage is 1 to 200. You have to hit 8% without losing 12% max or 6% daily. And then you get 1 try per month. So it's pretty much unlimited. So you can get a 10K account, 1 per month with us. And the process is you submit your challenge inside of Discord. So Hanzino takes note of it, pass the challenge, submit it for review, and then you receive your certificate, and then you receive an actual free standard challenge. So I know Hanzino, there's been a lot of people going through the challenges, and there's definitely some people that are having success, a lot of people that are still failing. And, ultimately our goal is to try to help those people that are taking the challenges and obviously help them to pass.
All right.
So let's go ahead. So broker, so I saw somebody mention in the chat that they asked if you need to use the broker that we work with. You don't have to use the broker we work with, but we do recommend, the broker we're partnered with, Smart Profits FX. So they're partnered with 8cap, and 8cap has really low spreads. So they basically have 0 spreads on their accounts. They're a regulated broker, and they offer a lot of pairs. They offer Forex, commodities, indices. They offer over 250 cryptos, which is pretty wild. They are only available for non-US clients. If you are in the US, you do need an offshore company to work with ACAP, but that's pretty much at this point, who we're trading with, and who we are recommending for people to use. So that's pretty much it for just covering the Forex community update. We're going to get into kind of like a question and answer here. And the first question I wanted to get into was how to make 50K a month. So I know a lot of people, are trying to make money online. I feel like some people don't even maybe think that making 50K a month is possible. And maybe I'll leave it with you, Nick. Like, what do you think is the first
possible.
step?
It's definitely possible. But the first step, it's not just going to happen overnight, right? You have to grow into those types of numbers, right? And all those things are going to scale as, become better as a trader, and the more, funding accounts that you get, or, the more withdrawals you get. But it's going to start off something like this. When you start trading, you're not going to make any money. You're going to be absolute shit. You're probably going to lose money for a little while. And then you're going to start getting to break even. You're going to start getting to profitable, however long that takes you. Usually the average is around a couple of years. Then you're going to start pursuing challenges. You'll pass challenges. You'll get the hang of it. You'll start getting withdrawals. And then eventually the whole game of funding is to maximize your withdrawals, right? More withdrawals will outweigh whatever, expense or risk, of the challenge you're, putting in. So, you don't have to pass every single challenge. You don't have to get the biggest withdrawal, 20% a month. The goal is to get good enough with your plan that you can pass challenges and that you can get consistent payouts. Now, once you scale up to larger accounts, 200K, 400K, whatever, it's just a percentage game. It's literally just a percentage game. If you make 10% on a 400K account, that's a 40K. It's a 40K a month.
Which is crazy.
Yeah, which is crazy. And that's just trading. That's just funding, which is pretty nuts. That could be on one prop firm. You can go ahead and get challenges on multiple prop firms, right? There's a lot of ways that you can really leverage your trading skill.
Yeah, I mean, I look at it like this. You can even have strategies around having multiple funded accounts. And what I mean by that is you're inevitably going to fail the funded account, in my opinion. Like almost every funded trader with the funded trader has failed a funded account before. Not to say that there hasn't been some people who have kept accounts for like 8 months, but I think you guys like always should expect that there's going to be some struggle when it comes to having funded accounts. Like it's not going to be, you pass and you get a funded account, and all of a sudden your life is changed forever, right? There's still going to be trials and tribulations even once you do get funded. So for me, I mean, you should constantly be trying to lock in additional accounts. So say you have one funded account, you get a payout of 5,000. Out of that 5,000, maybe you should take $500 so you can take a new challenge. Obviously, take a lot of that, use it for whatever you need to save, bills, investing, whatever. But you should definitely be trying to leverage this money that you're making to take additional challenges, to put yourself in a position to scale up. I mean, if you have, I know the max with funded trader is 600K. If you have 500K with FTMO, 500K with my Forex funds, I mean, you could end up having $1 million, managing $1 million. And then if you make 1% on $1 million, I mean, that's $10,000, which I'm sure is a lot more. It's definitely way above the average or the median income, at least in the US. I think the median income is like 40,000 or something a year.
Yeah, something like that. 40, 50 household income.
Yeah, it's like probably even less, like 37,000.
Yeah, people who are messaging me and are interested, I always try to explain that once you have the membership, as you mentioned like before, Angelo, they don't really have to care about like live account, right? Because once you have the membership, all you need to do is just working towards to get funded, right? Because what's the difference between opening your live account and get it funded, right? There is no difference. You need to be consistent and consistently profitable in order to open live account, right? You don't want to lose your money, right? But also if you are consistently profitable, you can pass the challenge and get funded, So obviously that's the biggest advantage of being a member and get into the membership, and you have the, of course, like a mentorship with it and everything around, and you don't have to worry about losing your own money.
Yeah, I mean the way that I look at it is if you put 500 bucks in and you make 10% on 500 bucks, it's $500. If you make 10%, if you buy a 100K challenge, you make 10%, you pass phase one, and then you have to make 5%. Say you pass phase two, you make 5%. So you basically would have made 15% on the $500. And, that's about 500, that you would have made 75 bucks, something like that. 75 bucks on that money, as opposed to if you do that on the funded challenge, you unlock a 100K account, and then you make 10% on that, you get a $10,000 payout, or 8,000 with the profit split. And in my opinion, for most people that are trying to jumpstart their trading journey, maybe right now you're working a job, and you want to become a full-time trader. I mean, the way to do it, guys, and this is, I even talked to somebody that came to the FX Summit, one of the funded traders. He was working at McDonald's, and then he got a $30,000 payout, which is a substantial amount of money, like realistically, 30,000. And he just quit his job and at McDonald's, and then he started focusing more on the funded accounts because he has a buffer. Maybe he got himself out of debt a little bit, but or maybe he was able to invest it, whatever. But then he has a buffer. He could take one challenge a month for the next 10 months for $1,000 and
Yeah,
still,
you create this cushion,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah, and
Exactly. And
that's
then you start
right.
to
You are safe.
strategize.
that's what it's all about, is creating the cushion. Like once you got, like, Nick could attest to this, and even myself, like when I first went full time with trading, just being an entrepreneur, I didn't have an exuberant amount of money, but I had enough of a buffer to give myself the time. And then once, it's all about having time. So it's like the key to the rich guys is that they have more time than the people who are working three jobs. They have all the time in the world to make decisions, to figure out where to grow and invest their money. Whether they're going to start a new business, or whether they're going to have a new partnership, with a new investor, whatever, new investment. Like they just have more time. So if you guys are trying to go full time, if you guys are trying to make 50K a month, I'll say this: you're gonna need time, energy. You're gonna have to be very focused in what you're doing, and it's gonna be extremely, extremely challenging to do that if you're juggling like 100 different things.
Yeah. Yeah. 100%. And like that cushion helps too in the sense of there's no time aspect. You don't want to put any other, external factors, you know, pressuring your trading, pressuring your funding, pressuring how much you need to make. The bigger the cushion, or think about it in terms of time. I believe
Yeah.
you told me when you quit your job, you had about 2 years. You were saying like, I'm good for 2 years. We're going to give this 2 good years of, he had a plan. He had a realistic plan, not 1 month, not 2 months, but two.
Yeah.
Like
Long-term
actually
plan.
like
Yeah.
serious about it and treating it realistically, because that's a good amount of time. You can make a lot of shit happen in 2 years, especially with the right effort.
Yeah, so if you guys, are thinking about trading full time, trying to quit your job, whatever, the best way to do this right now is to get funded and to get a large payout. Like it's very possible, it's very realistic that it can happen. I would say this, if you guys do have a job, maybe every single month you allocate 10% towards challenges instead of allocating 10% towards extracurriculars like going out to eat or going to get drinks or buying like some stupid, retail things. Like put 10% towards challenges every single month. Maybe you make $1,000 a month, right? And you can only put $100 towards the challenge. Then you wait 3 months, and during those 3 months, when you're waiting to get the challenge, either you become a lifetime member so you can take the free challenges, or you just practice. You just practice, practice, practice. Do the competitions. Fund the Trader has free competitions you can get involved with, so it can track all the accounts and everything. So prepare, and really, if you have a vision for what you want to do and you have a plan, there's nothing separating you guys from making 50K a month. Like I see somebody in the chat, first world problems, 40K a year in my part of the orb, is upper middle class, very comfortable. Like in my honest opinion, these are limits that you are setting for yourself. And I'm not saying you, but I'm saying in general, like say you're in a part of the world where the people around you are not making a lot of money, that does not stop you in this day and age from making a lot of money. Like with the internet, and obviously you do need an internet connection to do this, but with the internet, you can sit there on your computer. I've seen it, people all over the world making shit ton of money. You can sit there, you can figure out a strategy online, don't block out all the noise, all the people around you, and you can make a ton of money online. And all of a sudden you can go to these people that are around you and you can show them and say, like, listen, this is what I did. And they're gonna think that you're doing something that's not even real. Like they're not even gonna believe what's going on. But that's truly the power of this day and age, is the internet creates an extreme vehicle for you to make money.
Yeah, it's honestly an amazing time. It really is. The opportunity is just everywhere.
It's crazy. So that's 50K a month, guys. I mean, moral of the story here, be disciplined, have a plan. If you want to actually make 50K a month, you guys got to double down on what you're doing and you got to go all in. That's pretty much it.
Yeah, you're not gonna make it by not taking action.
No.
You need to get moving.
No.
Got to make some choices.
The key is a bunch of fucking action and execution.
Yep. 100%.
That is definitely the key. All right, so how to leverage your current lifestyle to build your trading career. So have this picture of the chessboard, because it really is a kind of chess game when it comes to how to actually go about becoming an entrepreneur, trading, right? Like I know a lot of people are working jobs right now. They're not in a position where they're full time or they're focusing all of their energy on trading. So if you guys are in a job, and I can even just speak from experience from when I was working a job, if you want to build your trading career, if you want to build businesses on the side, whatever, you have to find time during the day, during your job, to actually focus on these things. Or maybe, for example, don't get a job where maybe you don't have access to a computer for the entire day. If you're trying to build online businesses and then 8 hours of the day, you're doing something that's like in like a manual labor in the field or something like that, it's not gonna help you with you're not gonna have time to focus on these online businesses. Because Nick, you can speak from experience. You're doing manual labor all day and you don't have access to a computer, and then you get home. I mean, you're freaking tired.
Yeah, that's what I was doing for the first 3 years of trading. As I was going to college, I was working the HVAC job, so manual labor, no computers, no tech, and then I was learning to trade. So it made it really difficult to figure out how the hell am I going to make this happen, right? I couldn't sit in front of the charts all day. I had to figure out what would work for me, what's really going to balance my emotions in the market, and how am I going to adapt a strategy to fit around all this crap, right? So that's why I learned more. You expose yourself to more. I transitioned out of day trading into swing trading, and then started, finding some success with that. There's a lot more, time management that's available. When I'm swing trading, I only have to look at the charts at a certain window of the day. So I've got super organized in terms of a plan, what my daily routine was. And then it was consistency at that point, and then you started seeing results. So you have to be honest with yourself, and you kind of like have to assess yourself on like, what's your capacity, what's your tolerance, what you're able to manage, and then you build a strategy around that. That's how I did it.
Yeah, and I just want to pause. We're gonna do a giveaway, so guys, post one question in the chat. Once we're done going through these questions, we're gonna answer some of your guys' questions. In order to get in on the giveaway, all you gotta do is post one question in the chat. So Nick, to your point, it's all about, if you do have a job where you're not in front of a computer, or maybe you plan strategically to get a job that you are in front of a computer where you can then, on the side still look at some things. You got to understand, can you swing trade? Can you day trade? Right? Like your trading strategy should revolve really around what your lifestyle actually is. If you guys are not available during the New York session, then you really shouldn't be trying to day trade in the New York session. You're not going to be able to manage those trades. It's going to be extremely frustrating. You're going to be able to actually journal all of your trades, write everything down. It's going to just be a very disorganized, and it's going to obviously hurt you kind of in your trading journey. So, to answer this question, in my opinion, it's just figure out, can you swing trade? Can you day trade? Maybe you're a scalper. Like maybe you want to take up scalping. But whatever
Right.
whatever the lifestyle is, the trading strategy's got to line up.
Yeah, and you have to adapt to it. That's where a lot of the struggle comes from too, right? It's a lot of self-discovery. You have to discover what's going to work for you because you don't know. Everything is a question mark when you're coming into trading. There's a lot of unknowns and what's going to work for you. So you have to discover that and then adapt it. And like Angelo said, it can get pretty frustrating, but you got to be a little aware. And if you have a day job where you can't be at the computer, don't even worry about the New York session. It shouldn't even cross your mind. Why should that have any weight on your emotions or be changing your attitude or whatever? Focus on your plan. You have a routine. You gotta execute the mission. That's
Yeah,
it.
that's it. All right, so that's how to leverage your lifestyle. And then we've got strategies when it comes to crypto. So as you guys know, crypto is tanking right now. It's on a free fall, and a lot of people are, getting pretty scared. I mean, we've seen this before, right? We've been here in 2017. We've been here in previous crashes before, and kind of seen everything unfold. So for Nick and myself, we really see this as an opportunity. Like it's really crazy because I'm even gonna pull up, right now just a little crypto chart just to look myself. Like it's really crazy to see the reaction of what everyone thinks of crypto because we should have really, I mean, everyone should have really been expecting this type of fall off.
Yeah. It's not like we haven't seen it before. That's for sure.
No, so it's definitely something that, like, I think now the fact that there was as much of a recovery from it did fall off from all the way from 64 to 30, and then it rose back up, and then it obviously is now down towards like 19 area. I just think that now compared to before, there's so much more adoption. I mean, think about 2017. We had no NFTs, we had no lending platforms, we had not many exchanges. There was really not much besides the core function of BTC and decentralizing, money. There was not much utility in place. Now we have like the whole NFT craze, we have DeFi, we have the metaverse, we have all of these exchanges, all these lending platforms. We've got local establishments taking Bitcoin, right? Like it's a completely different environment that we're in now.
Oh yeah,
So,
it's changed dramatically, entirely different from what it was.
so when it comes to what's one of your strategies when it comes to crypto?
So I mean, I'm always big on dollar cost averaging. Um, I also hold. I'm not really actively day trading or swing trading. I'm really just holding positions from lows. So I'm really just waiting for trends, these massive pullbacks, buying at the lows when everyone is really scared and panicking, because that's when coins are on sale. And then I'm just holding for a couple of years. So my initial from 2017, I bought on the rise and I held it for 3 years, and then I cashed out all my coins and then reinvested that way. So I really hold for quite a while, but I'm also dollar cost averaging along the way. I'm not just remortgaging my house and putting it at 60K BTC. There's strategy to it. You can't just blindly buy off whatever the market sentiment is. So like everyone's buying, right? Everyone's FOMOing and buying. You can't buy at those times when everyone's panicking and freaking out and selling and they're scared. That's when you want to buy on the pullbacks. So I've had a lot of success with that. Honestly, just trying to buy the lows after massive pullbacks, really.
Yeah, and I'm even just gonna pull up, like, guys, I've got the McDonald's strategy. This is one of the strategies that I'm using, and I go through this on the webinars on the Sunday Market Blitz, and pretty much let's go up to the higher time
The
frames.
magic right here.
Pretty much all I'm trying to do, guys, is just dollar cost average. All the way, if it comes to 4,000, just dollar cost average. Like the name of the game is don't put all your chips in the table in the beginning. Dollar cost, have some space available so you can average in. Because if you're averaging in, like if I'm averaging in down here, this position is ultimately becoming just as valuable as coming in up here. It really is. So, I mean, my strategy, like most people, is waiting for it to come up to the 100K mark. I think that's the target for everyone. And I'll wait 5 years, for it to come up to that level. I don't really care how long it actually takes. And I think that's very important in crypto as well. Is, in 2017 I was doing this as well, dollar cost averaging Tron. I mean, that was like my first time going through this, and it was definitely a very interesting, I must say. Let's pull up a Tron chart. It was a very interesting time, I'd say the least, but it ended up paying dividends, I'll say, because pretty much we had Tron, had this huge spike up. I started buying in. I got caught in 2017 like an asshole. And then that was my first lesson I learned. And then I just started dollar cost averaging, all down here. Started dollar cost averaging 10 cents, 8 cents, 12 cents, 15 cents, 20 cents. And then it ended up popping to 18 cents. And I think I got out right around here, right around 10 cents. So I ended up with like a 10x multiplier on what my actual investment was down here. So I mean, crypto gains, and Nick, you can attest to this, they're unlike anything else.
Yeah, they're unbelievable, and it's due to the fact that there's just so much upside potential in crypto. This is like one of the reasons why you should never really short crypto, is because you could just get blown out of a position like no other. So like think of it this way, right? BTC's at a low. Let's just say it's a 20K. Do you guys think that BTC will be wiped off the face of the earth, right? Well, you think Bitcoin's here to stay, right? So if you buy at the low, even if we're reaching the prior high, we're looking at 300%, triple your money. So there's so much upside potential versus downside. So if you bought at 20K and it drops to 10, you only lose half. You're not going to wipe out your whole position, and even if it comes back from there, so you were down half, now you're back up to the prior high, you're still up 3 times your money. The math is just there on crypto. Way more upside potential. So
Yeah.
It makes sense. It's a patient game. You could think of it as that long-term type of investment, especially if you're approaching it right, where you're dollar cost averaging at the lows, you're holding for a while, you have a plan and a set, goal for the positions. You're not just holding until it says $1 million in your account. You're still treating it like trading. You're just adapting a different strategy.
Yep. Yeah, don't throw the house on it. Don't put 100% of your money in crypto. But definitely take a flyer on crypto and, put some money in. So I'd say the strategy right now is just a dollar cost average. For people asking, what to do in a bear market, I mean, realistically, you could short it. You could short it on really many exchanges or brokerages. So you could actually short it. I mean, imagine you shorted Luna. Like that'd be insane. Yeah,
Well, yeah, but I mean, the only people that shorted Luna are the owners.
yes. So I mean, we're not doing much of that though. More just dollar cost averaging and then just waiting for the potential upside, because you want to always measure what your risk reward is going to be. And me personally, one that I'm really excited about is XRP. I think the risk reward on that is going to be really good. It's going to come down around 20 cents, and there's a lot of utility behind it. It's kind of being held down right now because they got into a lot of legal stuff. But there could be a point where XRP becomes kind of the infrastructure for a lot of different financial institutions, which would be very interesting. So that's kind of my strategy when it comes to crypto. And then we also do have this new strategy. I kind of shared it with Hanzino and Nick already. There is this fund, this crypto fund that you deposit into, and they give weekly returns. They basically stake your money for you. They give weekly returns on ETH, BTC, I believe Shiba, and USDC. So that's something interesting, and I put some of my own money into it. And if it ends up becoming a good option, we might actually start to we might actually add it into the program and get some other people on there as well. So that's strategies when it comes to crypto. So next question, how to take advantage of funding opportunities that are available. So I'm really going to speak on a few points on this one, guys. Is pretty much just comes down to managing your risk and not getting too greedy. When it comes to taking the challenges, obviously the members, they can start with the 10K challenges, but if you guys aren't members, and you're just taking the regular challenges, don't get frustrated and start punting challenges. Like, don't let the challenges change what your trading strategy actually is. Like, I remember when I first started trading FTMO in like 2018, and I was doing everything. Like, I was taking signals, trying to pass challenges. I was trying different strategies, trying to pass challenges. the best way to take advantage of these guys and the people that are making the most money, they have a strategy. Maybe they refine it a little bit, but they're sticking to that. They're not just purchasing challenges, over risking accounts. They're being very responsible when it comes to trading. Like that's kind of my number one advice. Just be fucking responsible, be professional when it comes to this stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah, you
definitely.
gotta.
When you fail the challenge, doesn't mean like you're a bad trader. You just have to know the reasons why you failed, and that's why I'm big fan of like trade like journaling. Because then you can go back on the month or how long you were trading and see like, okay, what did I do wrong? What did I do right? What I can do better, right? And then go from there and keep adjusting the strategy until it's become like profitable.
Yep. Yeah, and the good part about doing the challenges as well, guys, is all your trades are tracked on the dashboards. So you can actually go back and review, say you failed a challenge, go back and review all of your trades. And I know it's like so difficult to kind of pause and to just go back and to review your trades, and you kind of want to just keep getting back into the game and competing in a sense, but really does pay dividends, guys, to like step back and clear your head and put in some work.
Oh yeah, that's just the big part of trading is knowing when not to trade.
It's
100%.
like the biggest part. and
Yeah.
and like with the challenges, obviously there's a time limit on how long you can take the pass. Like, guys, something that I've always done is if I ever did take a challenge, I would never worry about the actual time that's available. Like, we have 30 days, 35 days, whatever. I would trade my strategy exactly how my strategy is in my mind, how I plan it to be. And at the end of 30 days, say you have 1 day left, and you're up 3%. At that point, you're very far away from the target. What I would do is I would load up one final trade that, I look at and I want to take, and I'd risk maybe 2.5% on that trade. This way, if it fails, you still get a free retry. And if it hits, maybe you make 5% on that trade, and maybe you end up hitting the profit target, depending what it is. So that's always been my strategy, is kind of like trade without the time frame, the time thing in mind. And at the end, if you do get in a situation where you're up a certain percentage and you have to make a bunch at the end, take one trade, protect the free retry. That's something that me and Nick, we've actually passed a lot of challenges doing that.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
it's honestly a
that's what I
great
do too.
strategy because it's like you shouldn't worry about the time or try not to because it's only going to bring you down, right? It's a negative, factor onto your trading. So you have to try and remove that as much as possible, like Angela was saying, and just enter the market how you normally would. If you have a strategy on how to pass, like Angela said, you're always aiming for either the pass or the rollover. If you can always fall in between that, it's just a matter of time before you pass.
Yeah, and I think a good measure, guys, if people want to ask, like, oh, when do I know if I'm consistent, whatever, I knew that I was a decent trader when I was taking challenges. I would really always end up at break even. If I was sticking to my plan, I would never really have like a negative month, to be honest. I'd either be right around break even, or I'd be positive, or you'd be passing the challenges. So if you want to measure yourself, like if you're using a good risk management plan, the challenge is a great measure of this, because if you're like losing 10% in a month, I mean, you're probably just risking way too much at the end of the day.
Yeah,
So yeah, that's kind of my
yeah. So
take. I haven't
it
taken
can
one of
keep you
the
in check.
I haven't taken one of the challenges in a while though, but I mean, this is all, again, we're just speaking from our own experiences and trying to give you guys, some positive, good feedback.
Yeah, yeah. We tried it out a couple years ago. Actually, we nailed out this strategy and we're passing challenges on FTMO.
Yeah. So that's how to take advantage of funding opportunities. So that's pretty much it for the webinar, guys. We obviously thank you for coming on. We pretty much had over 100 people come on and stop by to watch the webinar. So we thank you guys. If you're rewatching it, thank you guys for watching this. So let's get into the question and answer part. I'm just gonna put, or I'm just gonna answer. We're gonna answer a few of them, and then we're just gonna pick a winner for the giveaway. So to get started here, to let's see. Let's go with this one first. So, for those that are pretty busy at work and during active trading sessions, would you recommend quitting to focus on trading if you have some savings or get a funded account first? What do you think of that, Nick?
That's interesting. It depends how long you've been trading. Also, I'd say if you're break even and you got the cushion, and you're at that point where like you think you should be a trader, and you gotta kind of make that leap. That's gotta be something that comes down to you, because in trading, especially when you're at the point of like profitability or break even, there's not going to be some man from the shadows that comes out and says, hey, you're ready, you're professional now, go take some challenges. It's kind of like an intuition thing almost, where you have to say to yourself, okay, I'm ready. You have the confidence, you followed everything up to that point, and you have the cushion, and yeah, you're ready to commit. I mean, that's what I did. I saved up a cushion. I was just profitable at the time I graduated college, and I was going on interviews for jobs, and I said, you know what, realistically, I know I'm ready. I have the confidence. I don't want to be doing these other things. I have a cushion. Let's just go all in. And that's when I took, my leap. That was when I had to make that choice. And I was about 3.5 years into trading. I was just profitable.
Yeah. With
some savings.
One thing from my end, guys, is this is what I would do. Is one thing you could do is obviously cut your expenses. Try to cut your expenses as much as possible. Don't go rent a lavish apartment if you want to quit your job, right? Maybe you move home, maybe you move somewhere where the rent is really reduced. So get your expenses as low as you possibly can, and then save up. I would save up a year. Like if you have a full year, you say your expenses are $1,000 a month, you have $12,000 saved up, and then I would save up enough to take one challenge every single month. So say you're taking the 100K challenge every month, save up $500. So you'd have to have $18,000 saved up to comfortably quit your job, have enough to live, have the time. Then you'd have unlimited time to trade and to try new things. That's what I would recommend. Now, obviously some people get frustrated. They're working a job they hate. They want to quit sooner. At least have 6 months. If you're in a situation where you really want to get out and get free and whatever, at least have 6 months put aside. And this is going to make all the difference, guys. Putting additional pressure onto yourself is really gonna hurt you, and it's gonna ruin your life, honestly.
It's gonna make it much more difficult than the situation you were in. Yeah. You got to set yourself up right.
I wanna talk about it too. But I think I'm trying to be a very secure guy. I'm very careful when it comes to money, my budget, how much I'm spending every month, what I can afford, and so on. And we all have like a different life situation. And what I am trying to always do is when I'm making decision, always try to make decision based on like what you need and what you want, because that's two totally different things, right? We need some things to, live on, but we want everything, of course, right? We want big houses, whatever. So the want shouldn't be something that you should spend on, but you need some things that you need. So focus on your needs instead of on your wants. And also I try to always look for the downside. So when I want to make decision, I'm asking myself, okay, if this doesn't work, what is going to happen, right? What is going to change? How it's going to hurt me? And if that is going to hurt me, what are the situations? So I can be ready for them, right? Prepare your scenarios. So when you quit the job, you will try to get funded. What if that doesn't happen? Few months or 6 months? Are you able to get another job in some time? What would it be? Do you have some contacts to be ready for that time? So that might take.
I mean, Hanzino's at this point, he's working with Forex League, working with Funded Trader, trading. He's full time. Obviously, Nick and myself are full time. Not with work and other things. So I think a lot of it is definitely money management, and continuing to have the free time to work on the things that are ultimately going to bring you more money. Definitely save up money before you go ahead and do that. Someone asked, does it matter if you're a U.S. trader to get funded with a Smart Profits FX? You can't be a U.S. You need an offshore entity, so you need like a company in Cayman Islands or something to actually get up with 8 cap if you want to deposit. Um, they don't take U.S. clients, so that is the limitation for them. I know a lot of people listening are overseas, but if you are in the U.S., that is the one drawback of using Smart FX and 8 cap. Back when you were passing challenges, charging like 10K or something, how did you manage to hit the phase one profit target consistently? Don't you use the 4 hour time frame? So for that, we were kind of using a little bit of a different strategy when it comes to actually passing the challenges for that, and that's something that is a bit proprietary, and it's not like public kind of information. But when it comes to using the 4 hour time frame, the strategy was definitely a bit different than the swing trading and whatnot. Do you see fundamental trading as trading, scalping positions during news within a 5 minutes to 5 minutes? I mean, I would say if you're doing that, you're probably like nuts, to be honest. Like, I mean, you're literally trying to scalp the news event. Like, use the news to push the trade in your direction, and to give you conviction. If you're trying to legit scalp the news, I mean, I feel like you're just setting yourself up for disaster. I mean, what do you think, Nick?
Yeah, no, don't do that.
That's just like such a petty thing to do. Like scalp it.
That's a lot of risk.
It's a lot of risk.
Lot of risk.
It's a lot of risk. I mean, I have no comment. I mean, I've never been a big person on scalping per se. I mean, the intraday strategy we are in the 5 minute time frame, but we are holding the trade for anywhere from 20 minutes to an hour. So I wouldn't say that's like scalping, like literally like in and out in under 5 minutes. Like, I just think if you're doing that, you're just kind of setting yourself up psychologically to be a disaster. And like, it's just tough. It's tough on the psyche to be doing that.
Yeah, I usually just avoid news entirely. There's not really anything to base it on, other than the impact the market interprets from the news. So you're trading speculation. You're not trading price action, really. That's just how I see it. But then again, I'm a swing trader, so I'm not really on the 5 minute trading news.
Let's see. Do you recommend to work on trading bots? Like, if I find a strategy that works on some markets, then automate this so that we have more time to focus on the markets by diversifying. So we don't personally build any trading bots, but I would say if that you have the ability to build them, or have a developer that can help you, I would definitely try to build one. I mean, that being said, they normally always blow up. But if you are working on it and updating it pretty consistently, I would say there's a good chance that you could actually have success with them. Let's see.
A lot of questions.
Yeah. Is it recommended to master just one pair at a time or try to do multiple pairs? Maybe I'll let you answer that one, Nick.
So I would build a list of 2 to 3 to start. And I like to split pairs up into like beginner pairs, intermediate, and advanced pairs. Advanced would be like GJ, fast moving stuff. US 30 would be advanced column. Beginner stuff would be, AU, slower moving stuff. So I would really try to learn 2 to 3 at a time. Maybe analyze 3, only trade 2 until you really get familiar with the pair, because each pair has a different personality, so to speak, right? Where like AJ may form more head and shoulders compared to AU. AU may form more wedges or flags. So you want to take the time, back test it, spend 3 months of back testing on each pair, get a feel for it, and then once you see some success with that particular pair, then you're good. You've done the time on it. You did your due diligence. That one's locked in on your watch list. Now, if you do analyze a pair and you just can't get the hang of it, and it's break even, or you lose on it, or it's just a bad performer, cut that from your watch list. Okay, you only want to adapt pairs to your strategy. They're going to work for you. That's why you backtest. You test all these different pairs over time. You build a core watch list, ones that you have good win ratios on, and you get a pretty good list. And then that's like me. I've pretty much analyzed every major pair and cross, and I really only focus on 6 to 8 per week. And that's where most of my best pairs are.
There we go again, right? Like back testing and journaling. How do you find like what pair that works for you and what doesn't, right? So if you keep journaling trades, you will find easily what are the pairs, like the most profitable pairs for you want to stick to, right? Like right now for me, because I use the intraday strategy, I focus only for 2 pairs, GU and UCAT. right? Because it's on 5 minutes, so there is obviously much more opportunities than, for example, Nick used the swing strategy where he has like less opportunities because he has to wait like longer than I do.
Yeah, and like you said, Hansino, it all does come back to back testing. Like I think I saw a question here about what is the first thing you do when you open a chart. I mean, guys, this is the process to become successful. You need to figure out I guess to figure out what strategy. First, you need to learn just the absolute basics. Learn some technicals, maybe fundamentals as well. But then you get on the charts. Start to put together like what is the core part of your strategy. Like, what I mean by that is what tools are you going to use to have some sort of edge in the market, and then maybe with supply and demand and trend lines, you find a pattern over and over again, and you're like, wow, like this looks like something that could be profitable. Then you want to start back testing. So you want to get on TradingView, go through a couple months of data, log all of that data, in a sheet, and see how that strategy that you thought of lines up when you just go through. Use the replay tool and try to be as honest as possible in back testing and try to make decisions without seeing the future candles. And then you can kind of get an idea like, is this trading strategy profitable or not? Back test, log the data, and then go to a trading session, right? So thing I like the most about the intraday strategy is you can back test the night before, and then you can go on the New York session, and then you can trade, and it's kind of very instant. It's like instant gratification. You can see what you did for the day because you're not holding the trades overnight. You can just trade the New York session, enter in some trades, then you can evaluate them the night of, and then you can get in tomorrow, and it's like exciting. So when I had more time, I was trading the New York session a bit more. I'm not doing it as much right now because I have a bit more meetings and stuff. But that's the key. Learn the basics, create a strategy, like an idea behind a strategy, back test the strategy, trade live, check the results. If you have no edge, back test again with a new strategy, trade live, and then it should just be like a repeat thing. Back test, trade live, refine, back test, trade live, refine, over and over again. And that's pretty much it. And Nick, with you looking at the charts all the time, I mean, without even doing this, you're constantly evaluating, what are potential setups that you should
Oh
be
yeah.
taking, and that's really the secret sauce behind it all.
Yep. I mean, that's what I like to kind of go back to that question. It's like, what do I do first thing every day when I open a chart? It's, well, I actually have like a method to it. Every Sunday we'll present all the analysis. So I'll do it when the market's closed. There's no pressure of like an active market, right? Analyze the market. I usually factor the 4-hour time frame because that's what's going to show me the trend for the next week ahead the best. And then at the beginning of each day, usually around the New York session, I'll open up the charts. I'll take a look at everything on the 4-hour, see if anything is getting close to setting up. And if it is, I'll then drop to the 1-hour. And then now my frequency of coming back to the chart over the next hour becomes like, once every, 15 minutes just to get that last hour closure to then enter, and then I'll manage from there. So I'm really not sitting in front of the charts all day. I'm more so checking to see how close, how much time I may have before an opportunity may arise. And then I'll gauge, accordingly. If I know I have maybe 2 hours before we could be seeing, a pullback and rejection, then over those 2 hours, my frequency of checking the chart will become a little bit more. And if it doesn't play out, then I'm back to passive mode, checking everything on the 4-hour again, and so on, until something presents itself. Yep. So that's kind of my method on a day-to-day.
So a lot of your questions, guys, about psychology is really answered in have a routine. And the routine, again, is create a strategy, an idea, back test it, go live. Look at your live results. If they suck, create a new strategy, back test it, go live. If your results are decent, if you're taking challenges and you're hitting break evens, then continue to evaluate your live trades, what you're doing right, what you're doing wrong, back test more, keep trading live, look at the results, keep going. So that's kind of the routine to answer all your questions. If you guys do that, you'll build confidence, and you'll get rid of all these, fears and things that you guys have when it comes to the psychology, because I see a lot of questions about that. So that's pretty much it for the webinar, guys. We're going to pick one winner. So the winner of the giveaway is going to be Jim Ken. So Jim Ken, you won the giveaway. So join the Discord, and then we'll send you a 50K challenge with the funded trader. Thank you guys for all hopping on and for the session. We're going to be
Nice.
back next month around the same
Thanks,
time
guys.
to do the same thing. So we'll get a new slide deck, prepared for you guys. But we'll have some other updates with Forex League inside of the Discord and the Telly. So make sure you guys stay up to date with everything.
Yeah. Good stuff,
Yeah.
guys. Thanks for jumping on. See you guys around.
Thank you, everyone. Talk to you on Discord.
Peace out, everybody.